Hello. We are going over the 324 biblical prophecies that prove Jesus is the Messiah. You are watching this on the Halachgoy channel of YouTube. I'm a Halachgoy, and you can be one too. 324 biblical prophecies that prove Jesus is the Messiah. Prophecy number 50. I will be his father, he my son. We find this prophecy in the first book of Chronicles, chapter 17, verse 13. I will be his father, and he will be my son. I will never take my love away from him, as I took it away from your predecessor. We find the fulfillment of this prophecy in the book of Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 5. For to which of the angels did God ever say, You are my son, today I have become your father? Or again, I will be his father, and he will be my son. So in the first book of Chronicles, God is speaking to David through Nathan the prophet. Nathan the prophet is telling David that his son will be established on the throne. His son will make the temple, will build the temple for God, and that God will treat Solomon as his own son. God will treat Solomon as his own son, and he will be a father to Solomon. This, of course, would have given David much comfort. David would have been concerned that when he died, that Solomon would have needed a fatherly influence for him, and God said, "Don't worry, I'm going to take care of it for you." In the book of Hebrews, the writer of Hebrews is expressing that the angels did not have that kind of relationship with God. The angels could not think of God as their father, and the angels were not thought of as a son to God. This has a lot to do with the difference between angels and humans. Angels are created beings for the purpose of carrying out a task in heaven. They do not have independent capacities outside of the task that God gives them. God might tell them to minister to people. He might tell, which is something that Hebrews speaks of, he might have them worshiping him in the heavenly realm. They have lots of duties. But none of those duties is as a father and son relationship. God established a father-son relationship with humanity. He did this with the first human, with Adam. He treated Adam as his own son. He breathed the soul, the breath of life into Adam in a way that he did for no other creature. This is how God relates to people. This is the kind of relationship that God seeks after. This is a stage of the relationship that God seeks after. He is always seeking after this from us. God gave this to David. He did not give it to Saul. Saul just kind of trashed his relationship with God, unfortunately. God had this relationship with David, and God was promising to continue this relationship with Solomon. And God is promising in this promise through Nathan that God would always have this relationship with the descendants of David. Jesus tapped in to this relationship with God. Jesus tapped in, he built a relationship with God, that he understood God to be like a father to him, and he felt that he was like a son to God. That's a good thing that he did, and we should all seek for that kind of relationship. We can all look at some of the ways that Jesus interacted with God to learn good ideas about how to pursue that kind of relationship with him. So this would be a good prophecy. It does not prove anything, but it teaches a lot for us, and so we should all meditate on it. The next prophecy we'll be looking at, the resurrection predicted. The book of Job, chapter 19, verses 23 to 27. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next time.